Behavioral Interview Mock Trial 1. My name is Victor Aguirre. Today is July 20th, 2020. It's approximately 1:58 p.m. First question. What challenges have you encountered while working with large data sets? Well, even though it wasn't specifically a data analytics type of data set, I was not forced, I wasn't assigned and entrusted to survey a 1,200 student body middle school in 8th grade. Some of those challenges included ensuring that the students participated in the survey and setting up an efficient way to carry out such surveys. One of the ways that we were able to ensure all students' participation was to find one class, if not two, where all students, uh, some period of the school day, were to be found, such as a math class, English class, or social studies class. This made it easier to ensure students' participation. However, it did prove challenging at first to find such classes. Second question. Tell me about a time when you had to present dense technical information to a non-technical audience. This instance was somewhat uncomfortable at the beginning with a lot of plumbers needing to see how they were doing and if they were being effective in their job, and therefore promoting the business of Roto-Rooter. It's difficult to promote good technical support when plumbers are more accustomed to their jobs and answering the calls and not having to worry about such technical issues. I found that if you go slow and steady and ensure that you've captured their attention, then they are more likely to understand everything that you are attempting to portray to them. The third question says, describe a long-term data analysis project that you managed. How did you keep everything moving along? I was in college finishing my senior year, and every student was assigned to design a model for scientific purposes. This included the need to find and obtain raw data by proposing an idea and carrying it out within the student cohort. My idea in particular was the use of game theory for the purpose of understanding the decision making, the underlying decision making, financial decision making specifically in the brain. No easy task, however, it had been done before, and as such, I was assigned the task to retrieve one of these previously conducted experiments, modify it so that it became my own, then executed the experiment within the student cohort. This is what led to me obtaining the raw data, carrying out the experiments, that is, and then had to input the data in the school's database, which we then used to create a story with charts in within PowerPoint to later present to the class, as well as the creation of a poster, which was ultimately our foundation for the project. The results for my experiments were rather troubling as far as the financial sector was concerned, seeing how most financial decisions are based on the assumption that others will be reasonable and play fair. The results did not demonstrate this attitude uh, when game theory was applied. The only time that the students acted rational with one another was when being offered some other item of non-financial gain. There seemed to be a lot of distress and a need for equality when it came to game theory and money. I could not offer one student $20 and the other student $5 because it didn't make sense why they would accept the $1 or $5 in this instance, and the other student would obtain 20. Rationality would say that $5 is larger than zero and therefore you should take the free $5. However, emotions seem to be the disruptor in this instance. My set of data was limited to, or constrained, if you will, to the student cohort, and that made it rather difficult to understand if this was a developmental issue or something else. At the end of the day, we had to keep everything moving by the grace of our professors, ingenious outline, and for deadlines and progress reports along the way of this year-long project. So managing my time between school, work, and soccer became the source of my success in finishing the project, obtaining the data, and presenting it. And that's how I kept things moving along.